All right, boys and girls, this is the homework for surface area of cones. This was assigned on Wednesday the 22nd. All right, so here are the solutions. Let's do it. So first one, this down here. Okay, so the first one, guys, it says so for the first three of them, they're kind of the same. You just find the surface area of each cone. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the formula. Surface area of a cone is pi r squared plus pi frozen pi rl. All right, so let's fill in what we know. So we know pi is 3.14 times the radius squared. I think it's 6.25. So the radius is 2.5, so I have to do 2.5 times 2.5 is 6.25. So 6.25 plus, we have pi is 3.14 times the radius, which is again 2.5, times the L, which is the slant height. So it has a slant height at 5.6. So much like with the surface area of a cone, a cylinder, we're going to do the one side, then do the other side, and then add them together. All right. So let's go. So on the left side, 3.14 times 6.25 is going to be 19.625. So we have 19.625. And then the other side, we have 3.14 times 2.5 times 5.6. And that leaves us 43.96. So 43.96. And then we're just going to add them together. So we have 43.96 plus 19.625. And that's going to give us 63.5. Right to the nearest square unit, so that's going to be 64. So it's going to be 64 centimeters squared. All right. Next one. Cone has a diameter of 72. So if it has a diameter of 72, that means it's got a radius of 36. So again, let's just use the same formula. Let's use the same formula. I wish I can edit this out. I'm sure I could, but anyway, maybe next time. So here we go. We have 3.14 times the radius squared. Again, the radius was 36, so 36 times 36 is going to be equal to 1,296. 1,296 plus 3.14 times the radius, which is 36, times the slant height, which is 48. So here we go. So times 3.14 for the left side, that's going to give us 4069.44. So 4069.44. And the right side is going to give us 3.14 times 36 times 48. 48 is equal to that. So 5,054, 2592. So 54, 2592. And so then what we'll do is just add them together. So I already have that one up there. So 40, 69, 44. And I get this, 9,495.3. So there's our answer, 9,495. All right. Number 3, cone with a radius of 3 and a slant height of 17. So let's go. Just using that same formula. So pi r squared plus pi rl. So 3.14 times the radius squared is going to be 9 plus 3.14 times the radius, which is 3, times the slant height of 17. So let's do this. 3.14 times 9, 28.26. Yes, 28.26. And then we have to do the other one, 3.14 times 51. I got the 51 because 3 times 17 is 51, so we get 106.14. So plus, no, 160.14. So we're going to add 28.26 to that. So plus 28.26 is going to equal 188.4. So 188.4. That's going to be centimeters squared. All right. So all right, that's clear. Perfect. Number 4, a lateral surface. So remember the formula we've been using here is we got the pi r squared plus pi rl. And like we went over in the video, this part of it is for the circular base, and this part's for this curved surface, the part of the cone that you'd hold if it were ice cream. So for this question, so the cone's lateral surface is 345 with a radius of 8. So what's the cone's slant height? So since we're just dealing with the area of the curved surface, I'm just using that part of it. So area is equal to pi rl. We know the area is 345. It's equal to 3.14 times the radius we know is 8 times the slant height, which we don't know. So now let's simplify this side of the equation here. And that should give us 25.12. So 3.14 times 8 is 25.12. So I'm left with 345 equals 25.12 L. And I get this L by itself. I'm going to divide both sides by 25.12. So 345 divided by 25.12. 345 divided by 25.12 is going to equal 13.7. So 13.7, but we're rounded to the nearest square unit, so that's going to give us 14. So 14 is the slant height. All right. Okay. Number 5. So I think number 5 is kind of a tough one. So cone A and B, they both have the same height, but a different radius. So you're given the volume of cone A, you got to figure out the volume of cone B. So to find the volume of this cone here, cone B, I know its radius, I need to know its height. But, so I have to do this problem first. I have to find out the height of this cone first. So to find the volume of a cone, by the way, I'm finding the height of this one first, because I know this one's volume, so I can work backwards now. So again, the formula is volume equals 1/3 area of the base times height. So let's fill in what we know. We know the volume is 641.08 is equal to 1/3 times the area of the base. Well, we know the area of the base because it says right here that the radius is 7. So we have a circle here with a radius of 7. So remember, to find the area of a circle, we do pi r squared. So I have to do 3.14 times 49. That's 153 something. So 3.14 times 49. That's 153.86. So the area of the base is 153.86 times, which we don't know the height now. So let's simplify this part. Again, I can just divide that 153.86 divided by 3, and that gives us 51.3, we'll say. So I'm left with 641.08 is equal to, I can't believe I just forgot what number I have there, 51.3. So it's equal to 51.3 H. So I'm going to divide both sides by 51.3, and I wind up with, so 641.08 divided by 51.3 gives us 12.5, we'll say. So 12.5 is the height. So now that I have that, so I now know that the height of this cone right here, let's do 12.5, so I'm going to do this. So I now know that the height of this cone, like this, the height is 12.5. So now I have everything I need to know. Again, to find the formula is 1/3 area of the base times the height. It's the worst B ever. So let's fill in what we know. Volume equals 1/3 times, well, the area of the base here, this base is a circle with a radius of 3.5. So to find the area, I have to do pi r squared. So 3.14 times 3.5 squared. So 3.5 times 3.5 is going to be 12.25 times 12.25. So let's multiply them together. So times 3.14 is going to equal 38.465. So 38.465 times the height, which we now know is 12.5. So to find the volume, I'm just going to do this and then divide it by 3. So let's do that. So times 12.5 equals this, divided by 3 equals that. And there you go. So the volume is equal to 160.3 centimeters cubed. All right. Last two, just kind of review here. So we have come back here. So 5n plus 29 is equal to 103. Remember, my goal is to get this n by itself. So let's start getting rid of things. Let's get rid of that 29. So subtract 29 from both sides. I'm left with 5n is equal to 13 minus 9 is 4. Minus 2, so 74. Divide both sides by 5. I wind up with n is equal to 14 4/5, or not of 14.8. All right, and the next one here, 10n minus 5. So we have 10n minus 5 is equal to 4n plus 91. What I do first here is I would get rid of this 4n over here, because I have a variable on both sides. So if I subtract 4n from there, I'll subtract from there. Those cancel out. I'm left with 6n minus 5 equals 91. From here, this equation looks just like this equation from up here. I'm going to get rid of this minus 5 by adding 5 to both sides. Those cancel out, so I'm left with 6n equals 96. I divide both sides by 6. I get n equals 16. And there you go. Email me if you have any questions.